I believe, win rate in pro level pubs currently. It's like the highest win rate hero with a decent amount of picks.
And what role though? Mostly offlane?
Mostly offlane.
Okay.
Mostly offlane. And playing against it, I kind of feel like it's a harder to deal with Beastmaster almost. And I remember LGD at TI in an interview, they said something along the lines, or maybe it was pre-TI, but it was going into TI. They were talking about the Lycan and how using the wolves as scouting, it kind of functions like the Hawks. It's like really difficult to play into whatever lane the Lycan is being left in, and that means he can be left alone. And also he builds into Helm Dom, which means he gets the early whatever the armor helm is called, which means he can be left alone. They can rotate to other lanes and be active, and the Lycan can just sit there and like you go to him, his wolves scout you. If you do actually get on top of him, he's just got a ton of armor and HP regen. It's a pain in the ass hero to deal with, except instead of Beastmaster having a stun, he's got this hasted movement speed, massive creep critting you for half your HP. It's really awful.
I think the main thing with Lycan, it puts emphasis on your positioning, because if your supports overstep their mark, if you take a fight in this open area, it gives Lycan the ability to pick and choose exactly what you do. And like you mentioned, the vision, it's so like fundamental in these games with Glimpse, with Queen of Pain, to be able to have that vision to give themselves the best entry to the fight. But for sure, I can see like for OG, as if they pick up another tankier style hero that can provide some of that cover, some of that, you know, Lycan, you have to run around me to get into the fight. Like Kunkka already does that, Razor does to some degree. If they triple down on that, maybe we see Lycan fall off a little bit. But again, Team Tickles, they haven't been disheartened from their draft style, because it literally is the exact same thing. Like swapping out a Beast for a Lycan, it just gives you more access to these mid-game fights, but still it gives you the exact same kind of script that you need to follow to some degree.
It does mean that OG knows exactly what type of Dota is being played, though. Doesn't that put them at an edge just in general? Or do you feel like their lineup without the Timbersaw wouldn't have done that good against it?
I think for OG, it's slightly more difficult in this game because they can't lean on their supports too much to be the big counter-aggressors. They provide some of the team fight early on, but they're not, you know, rebuttaling a tower siege, right? They're leaning on the Kunkka or the Razor to be in position. It's a lot more, you know, synergy required for OG. But yeah, it's more of a thing where, like, I feel like Tickles, they're just taking away that game one, upset, maybe not upset, but it's like they could have won that game if they used the agencies better, right? If they got their Ursa into the game a bit more, if they maybe played a little bit quicker. I know it's a cheap thing to say, but that's why we're not seeing them change too much, because they can use that game one as like a springboard to fix themselves in game two.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it was good. Like, it was generally pretty good. It was an even game up until like the last 10 minutes. So I think you're pretty happy. At that point, it's like a couple of decisions that cost you the game, and I think you'd be pretty confident that your general idea of Dota is decent if you get to that point against a team like OG. So,
and from Tickles' bans as well, like they still think that it's going to be a Razor carry here, and opening up for an Amar last pick with the offlane bans, both Legion and Night Stalker. They're basically Tickles covering themselves from the hero that can, you know, set the pace of the game and give a way for Kunkka and Riz to enter the fight cleanly. Okay, they go for PA. Very strong laner. Of course, you just go for Orb of Corrosion. You can play on Disruptor, Thunderstrike now, plus Dagger spam. It's a lot of spam in that lane. Honestly, I see, like, it sounds like janky, but I could see just like a casual Underlord here. You know, just one big boy, defend the towers, Kunkka farms up, everyone's super unkillable.
I do like the idea of a big boy just tanking in that lane. Some regen hero. Legion would have been absolutely god tier.
And that's exactly why Tickles banned it out.
Yeah.
Is Centaur of it? Actually, I guess Centaur into Disruptors.
Yeah, what about Axe? What about Axe?
I'm down for Centaur, Axe, or if we just list all the big boys, we're going to get one of them right.
I feel like Axe, the big boy, you get the Blade Mail, you kill all three of these. I mean, honestly, all of these heroes with the Blade Mail. I feel like that's an Amar.
Underlord or Axe, let's go.
Last time we had a PA as last pick, or second to last pick, I guess. There was a DK coming out afterwards. Would that still be an option as well? We know Amar Sumsums plays that often.
Yeah, that's kind of the only thing that's really left for him in terms of...
That helps with the Queen of Pain a lot, right? Like, in that regard, just a quick blink stun into then another stun, because like the supports on OG right now, they kind of need someone to help start the fight, because if they're the ones initiating, they're going to be quickly cancelled from their combos, which makes it hard for them to play a clean game, especially with the chaos of a fight with, you know, Weaver Lycan. So they do need that initiating style hero, so maybe the DK sounds a bit better. But
well,
like
they don't have
Axe
much
as well,
time
like
to
you
think
mentioned.
about it, and it will be an Invoker.
Oh, so it's just going to be Kunkka carry, Razor off lane, casual Invoker middle. We were debated by the Tickles bans.
Do we like this?
It's just, again, good lanes, right? It's the idea that you're going to have Razor into PA, always being annoying, forcing PA to
I was going to say,
away. It's just...
A lot of people talk about the jump versus Razor on PA, but I feel like it's still really easy to beat a PA in lane. You just catch her when there's nothing that she can jump to. What is the support going to stand like out of range the entire time? Then you just sit there and deny the hell out of her, right? It's like, it's definitely a winning lane. So I can understand why they put it in that role in the offlane on the Razor. Makes sense.
They're respecting the fact that if PA hits her stride and gets, you know, the fabled 2-3 items, it can be a hard game for Nyx, Invoker, you know, Bane to play. So they're kind of just putting emphasis on delay that timing, give everyone else that 1-2 moment, and then hit the game quite hard. But again, I could see PA being like the unkillable later on, but getting there so hard.
It is another one. It is a hero that was not affected by the Lycan Ags nerf too. If this was some ranged type carry, you couldn't get the Lycan Ags. Like PA will happily take a wolf bite. So
we get to see that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. That would be pretty cool. We'd have to get to that stage of the game where that actually happens. But we're going to find out, though. Will there be a third game to this series? That's the question we're going to have answered together with Cap and Waga.
Yeah, we've got the answers to all of your questions, or at least Waga does anyway. Who's going to win game 2?
It's going to be OG.
Okay, nice and easy. OG 2-0. Congratulations to them. Managed to take second here at the Western European DPC. Let's go ahead and head back to the
Yeah, ship it back. No, I'm a fan of what OG are doing here in this game as well. I think in game 1, we talked about how much control they had. They're going for kind of the same thing in this game. They have the Kunkka again. They just want so much lockdown that it's going to be impossible to get your heroes to play in the team fights. You're going to be controlled too much.
In which case, how does Team Tickles, like, what sort of, like, bars do they need to be able to hit in order to be able to win this game?
I mean, a lot of it comes down to how impactful is this Lycan gonna be? What is he gonna be able to achieve in this game? I think Lycan gets hard countered by Kunkka. I think there are certain heroes that are very, very tough to play against, and Kunkka is probably one of the hardest. But if this Lycan can have big impact, and if they can get space enough for the PA to get relevant level of farm, then I think they can definitely make stuff happen. And like they mentioned on the panel, if you get Aghanim's Bit on PA, that's a pretty terrifying wolf running at you.
So in which case it feels like maybe a little bit of the opposite of game 1, where it was definitely Team Tickles who had the stronger lanes, right? And then we saw, as the game went later, OG's lineup definitely felt a bit better.
Yeah, part lineup, but part also Tickles overcommitted that one time. That one time they tried to save their Ursa or get value for their Ursa. I think if they cut their losses there and got out cleanly, the game could have looked very different. I really think so. Team Tickles played a really good early game, and then it fell apart, but not just because of draft, I want to say. It was a bit too hyper-aggressive behind enemy tier 2.
Misha, just hanging out here, already leveling Nightmare.
That's Bane, dude. You can just walk around.
Yeah.
You don't care. You run into like 3 heroes, you're going to be fine. Bane has some lovely base stats.
Yeah, I feel like right now is the...
He's going to yoink this right.
The Chad solo supports who... Misha, he's going to go for the Nightmare. Quick grab. The Wolf is not going to be able to take away the Nightmare fast enough.
Yeah.
And Amar is actually going to take a lot of damage for that bounty rune, and if Tofu gets this body block well enough, they should be able to secure first blood.
Invoker just body blocking creeps next to him like, yeah, you're dead, buddy. I'm just body blocking over here.
He's like, I've got export. I threw a Sunstrike at the very start of the game. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, I mean, you can't save him. It's just so funny watching your friend die while you're busy body blocking creeps.
Yeah.
Yeah, good start for them there on Team Tickles. Getting a first blood on PA, I mean, that's the dream.
Yeah, certainly since this lane is not going to be super fun for them. Nyx Razor lane, even though you do have mobility on PA to be able to break the link, it still doesn't change the fact that Razor's going to take some of your damage and probably secure some easy CS as a result.
You just gotta rely on these mangoes on Disruptor, just spam a bunch of Thunder Strikes here and try to get control of the lane to the point where PA has Ring of Health and then take it from there.
Okay.
Already has Magic Stick coming out, the PA. Good value getting that early for the first blood.
There isn't a world where you would go with that first blood, you would go like a fast orb of corrosion.
I was thinking about that, but I'm more of a fan of getting that regeneration going. I like what she's doing here.
Maybe if it was a melee on melee matchup, you would do something like that.
I think if it was an easier lane to just stay on top of your target and kill them, but Razor has this static link draining you.
Well, the kinetic field, they got their level 2 first.
Yep.
This is kind of what the best teams do right now. Push in the lane, get level 2, and take the level advantage fight.
Yeah, even easier to do when they got the first blood before. That's a little boost of experience that both of them participated in. And look at them spamming spells. They're just spamming daggers, spamming Thunderstrike, and because of this, they're might gonna kill this as well. Yeah, that's a kill.
Taiga, he did have a few wand charges, but certainly not enough to live through that. Durancio.
Fantastic start for the safe lane. And yeah, if he just gets one more creep right now, I mean, PA, she's basically finishing up ring health already. And I love this. Playing aggressive, not just letting the Razor take all these CS. She's like contesting the denies, throwing daggers, being annoying.
It seems top lane is going pretty well for them at the start. 11-2, hasn't fed away too many wolves, it looks like, as the Kunkka is only 10-3, so... Seems to be winning that matchup. Weaver versus Bane. This support battle, I feel like we're all tired of it at this point.
Seen it a few times before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Bane is always happy just 1v1ing any support in the game pretty much. It's like, come here, Weaver. I'll just battle you.
Durancio under assault here. No mana to be able to jump away, but they'll happily take the Disruptor kill instead, because it's not like PA is going to be able to come forward in lane anyway at that low of health.
The nukes secure it. Did cost some extra mana for them there, but yeah, they're claiming the kill. PA in this awkward spot where you have money for Ring of Health, but you don't have a chance to buy it.
Yeah.
And so he's going to drop Raindrops, actually, to the Disruptor for bringing back.
What's that? 2 Clarities and 4 Mangoes that I saw in that courier? That's a healthy amount of regen for sure.
Yeah. I mean, this Disruptor spends everything back into consumables. It's the life. That's why he's 500 net worth right now. Going backwards in net worth. It's, you know.
1,300 consumable gold spent in 4 minutes. That's incredible.
I mean, Nyx as well with the 1,200. So really showing how important this lane is. It's just contesting and trying to be competitive for winning the lane.
I think it's pretty interesting going the mana burn and just buying multiple mangoes. Just trying to keep the PA. I mean, if PA doesn't have any mana, you can't really get on the offensive like they were doing at the start. So.
It's a war of attrition, really. It's just burning. Like, I'll buy a mango and mana burn you.
Yeah.
So far, top lane is going fairly well for both sides here, I want to say. Like, it's just farm.
Yeah.
It looks like Lycan is probably a little bit ahead since he has all these creeps to take, even though the CS is very even. And on mid lane, the Queen of Pain trying to be aggressive on this Invoker.
Yeah, seems to be doing a really good job. BZM, boom, actually not going for that kill. Instead, trying to go for the Forge Spirit. Turns back around. BZM is going to force the blink away. You can see Boom was maybe a little bit scared of a Sunstrike.
Yeah, it is a Quas-Extort Invoker. Has the Sunstrike ready for bottom, perhaps?
Bottom lane rotation, tri-lane, Tofu.
Wow.
That is one thing that I really like about Lycan, is that if you can give him the space, at some point in time, you really don't need to be in lane with him anymore.
Yeah, he's got his dogs. He doesn't need, you know, support. He's got, look, the dogs are doing what the Weaver couldn't do before.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you can't win against Bane? I'll show you how. Send 2 dogs on him. Then you put down your dog. Damn, that's brutal, man.
That was ruthless, ruthless. I mean, he could have just sent him off to a nice farm,
yeah, nice
triangle,
farm, right?
you know, like, you know, just live his life, but
no,
he had to put him down. Put him out of his misery. Durancio is going to be chased away, even though they are finding kills in this bottom lane. It's nice. You can see the pressure is being kept up by OG. They're not going to let those early deaths dissuade them from what their original goal was. It looks like Celery might be dying here in the top lane. Ace is actually maybe going to need that support. Celery gets out, and Taiga dives too deep. And more kills go in the way of Team Tickles as even mid. Oh.
Yeah, we have We had a rotation towards mid there by Weaver as well, just having a bit of impact here and there. And that's earn charges for the Weaver. So now he's a lot stronger. If you have earn charges versus not having them, I feel like he's twice the hero when he has them.
Yeah, certainly.
Pretty much, because now he's looking towards bottom. He wants to maybe find more kills with his PA.
Where do you rate the Team Tickles fan pack voice lines?
You know, I haven't heard them much. I haven't listened to them too much.
I believe they hired a voice actor or something.
Really?
And the guy, they just have. I think there's a
they went on
female
Fiverr
version
or what?
as well, but it's all just laughing. It's all just. This guy's like, oh, stop! You know, like.
All right,
it's all in on the Tickles factor. I can't tell whether I hate it and it's cringe or I love it because it's cringe.
Yeah. I think you gotta go extreme with these fan pack voice lines. You have to be so annoying that people hate it. And,
yes.
And that's how you sell most.
Yeah, that is very true.
The more mute-worthy it is, the better it is.
Yes.
That's why I think Slax's voice line is the one I muted first for TI, you know. It's just,
yeah. He does a great job with those. 7-3, Team Tickles, a very slight net worth lead despite the rather large kill lead that they have right now. It looks like they may not know. Actually, they have this defensive ward that they just placed. So they're going to see the Bane as soon as he, pokes his head out. So they do know that there's 3 heroes here, that they're trying to get aggressive.
Yeah, both teams very tentative here. Don't want to walk into a bad position. They're kind of baiting a little bit with Raze. They're both baiting with the PA. They found Bane, though.
Yep, and they're going to go for him. With that urn, they're going to do a lot of damage on Misha just with this. Dyrachyo with his level 6 is able to finish him off with a fast crit. Sunstrike coming in is going to be able to get the kill onto Tofu, but do they have anything left in the tank to be able to deal with Dyrachyo? They still have all this attack damage steal, and Ace is actually going to rotate over, and he's going to run down the Razor. Amar knows he's dead and just commits. Gets the kill on Celery before he goes down.
Yeah, it's very clean that he gets that kill before dying. Big value. But nice rotation by Lycan joining in. And mid, we have Boom. Get out of there. Boom's the CS, by the way. I hyped it up that he lasted really well earlier on his Queen of Pain, and now 69 last hits at 8 minutes 30. He is really farmed.
Nice.
Versus the 48 on Invoker. Yeah, he's doing great. And finds a really nice neutral item as well in the Fairy Trinket.
Oh, absolutely. That's a great one. So now the Weaver gave the Lycan some solo experience. The Lycan did die once, but ultimately he got where he needed to be. He got his level 6, has Helmet Dominator. Lycan rotates bottom, helps win a team fight, and now Tofu is the one who can kind of get some of the experience back. That's the thing about playing these supports, right? You give your core solo lane, eventually he's going to give the lane back to you, right?
Give and take, yeah. Because you don't want to... Oh, are they going to be able to bring him down?
He doesn't have anywhere to jump to. No supports in lane. They're going to rotate the Quap here.
Yeah,
Boom is going to show up.
In an awkward spot. Nice jukes, though, and Razor with a big nuke.
Yeah, they juke themselves into the Razor, but the Razor's actually going to be falling to the Sonic Wave Scream combo. The Sunstrike lands onto Dyrachyo, but not enough to be able to get the kill. Boom. Pumping that blink, but won't be able to get away from this combination from Yuragi. Too much.
Yeah, that's a rough matchup. Once you get X-Mart, Queen doesn't have too many ways to solve it. I mean, it's basically up for Kunkka to make a misplay. PA finding a nice little way to run under the tower here and getting earned up. Oh, that's so nice for her.
And now they are actually strong enough to go back in because all of these heroes are very, very low. No crit actually going out, but Tofu's like, don't worry, I've got it. The Sunstrike's coming in, and it does finish off Dyrachyo. A dominating streak for BCM. See if Tofu can get out from this Torrent combination. If he's spotted, Taiga will one-shot it, and he does.
Yeah, this is quickly falling out of hands a little bit here. OG getting a lot of value for this rotation to bottom lane. Kunkka very happy with what he's achieved. Gonna walk back to base. An Invoker just staying on mid lane, farming, you know, throwing some Sunstrikes, living the good life right now.
How do you decide right now when to go for the Quaswex, like earn Boots of Travel, run around and just control the map, and when do you go this Egg Sword Hand of Midas build that we're seeing here?
See, I mean, personally, I can't play Quaswex for shit, so I would always go for X Sword.
Okay, fair, yeah.
But I like what he's doing here. I don't think that Quaswex is very strong against Team Tickles lineup. I mean, there's some value always to burning mana. There's no hero that's going to be happy having 0 mana, right?
Sure.
But I think you need the damage. You have X-Mark and Sunstrike. Look at it. We see another combination. Might not get a kill here, but it's just so potent.
It certainly forces the Queen of Pain out of here. The Deafening Blast put out, but it's not going to last for super long. Misha still in a bit of trouble here. Tofu diving in for that last hit. Is going to be caught by the X, though, so...
Oh, this man wants earn charges. That dive was 100% give me earn charges.
The sad part was that he didn't even need to do the dive. Misha's dead already. Yeah. But as you said, hey, got some earn charges.
Yeah. Nick's just walking around, but he was spotted by a sentry. Not gonna be. They have a crazy amount of setup for Sunstrike in this game.
Yeah,
you have a Nyx, you have X-Mark, you have Fiend's Grip. I mean, that's so much. This Invoker should just be off-map all the time, farming, and let his team do the setup. He needs to get that final point in Exort so that he has even more damage coming in. But yeah, I think he has Travels coming out now, indeed, on Invoker. So he's going to be able to farm around the map more freely.
I think I like another thing about the Exort. It gives them a little bit more of carrying power later into the game. Yeah. Right, with compared to Quaswex Exort, which can fall off. Now, you know this Invoker is going to be a big factor with the early hand of Midas.
For sure, and they do need sort of an extra carry. When you run Kunkka, I mean, yeah, he can get big, he can get farmed, but it's not really your traditional, like, PA, right, which he's going up against. So getting some help carrying by having a strong Exort Invoker can be nice. Right
Shadowblade into Silver Edge
yeah.
is going to be the next pickup for him.
Super solid build here. The Shadowblade is good extra damage, and of course there's a PA, so a Silver Edge can always be a nice addition here.
Yeah.
And I don't think he has to go for an earlier BKB, so maybe he finishes the entire Silver Edge before it.
Taiga gonna lead the way here, make sure that this Razor isn't being rotated on, might even be able to get the kill, actually managed to catch him with the Spike Carapace.
That was clean. Very nice.
It was very nice. Taiga might pay the price for it here as Boom slows him down. Ace has already popped his ultimate and looks to be able to run down this Nyx Assassin. Impale in 2 seconds. Spike Carapace is up. Might be able to buy himself a little bit of time here, especially with the Bane helping out. Amar is going to force a blink away from the Queen of Pain. Still, they're going for this kill, and they finally do get it. Ace is going to be pulled back in here. The Razor stole a little bit of damage from the PA with the Fiend's Grip. That's going to be enough to be able to get a kill. That Nyx Assassin lasted just long enough to be able to force the Lycan into a bad spot.
Nyx is smiling all the way down into the grave on that one. I mean, he's like, okay, Lycan, you want to trade yourself for me? Sure, do it. I'm happy with this. I'll die and you die. That's a great trade. If you're a support and you see someone go like that, almost feels like they're tilting, you know, trying to bring you down. I mean, this is the type of space creation you wanna, or you kind of have to do when you have a PA in your team. You need to take the attention away from PA so that she can farm.
Yeah.
But it is costly. It's not easy, and you're not always gonna get great fights. And PA, she needs more time to come online. She's just going Battle Fury, so, and when she has it, nothing really changes. She's just gonna keep farming.
Yeah. How many of those camp stacks are ancients? We've got a.
They got a big,
stack.
They got a juicy stack right now on Tickles.
So they really want to finish up that Battle Fury, and if you delay out that Battle Fury, it actually becomes like very effective because it means the PA doesn't clear out that ancient stack very quickly, which means less ancients are spawning overall. Small pickup here as Celery just kind of going into the enemy jungle, seeing if he gets a warding down.
It's literally the same D ward that we saw people dying on last game. That place, you always die. These invisible sunstrikes are getting me, man.
Yes,
where's our spring cleaning patch? Volvo? I want one.
I feel like it's been 3-4 years since we had that original spring cleaning.
There's too many AoE things right now that are invisible, dude. I can't see sentry wards AoE sometimes. I can't see.
Yeah.
Last I played a game, I pressed Alt to see the camp AoE, and it was underground. I could see half the camp AoE, but not the other half. Like, I don't know. But dude, look at PA. He's getting juicy farm here. 200 gold. Gonna finish up these creeps real quick. Just watching his gold increase.
Feel like OG, they got so many kills and they're feeling good about this game, but the one kill that they haven't gotten that they really wanted was this PA.
Yeah, they They only got her once, and she got many kills to her name. She was part of 10 kills already in this game, out of the 13.
Yeah.
Which is pretty wild, considering I was talking about how she wants the space. She wants to farm, but her lane was crazy action-packed.
Lycan Wolves being used to block out camps. Tornado being used to toss the wolf up in the air so the ancient camp spawns. Very smart.
Yeah, that's cute. You can do the same with Impale. You can use Ravage to do this as well. Big value if you're ever playing a game. You use Ravage.
I mean, the old school play was Torrent, right? To stack the creep wave.
Yeah. Yeah, still works. It's super nice. I mean, it's even nicer nowadays if you play mid Kunkka. You can Torrent a small camp while you're laning mid. Just get more farm. Don't even have to leave the mid lane.
The game Assassin setting up. They had the Battle Fury hit, but didn't actually manage to get the spike carapace on that Battle Fury. Celery. He's certainly dead, but it's going to be Taiga traded out for that one.
Yeah, 1-for-1 trade, and Kunkka is wisely going to run away with his Rum buff and Shadowblade here. He's like, yeah, I've seen enough. I'm out of here. But meanwhile, a lot of farming is being done. Amar is working on his BKB on Razor. He doesn't want to get controlled by the Disruptor. Is the biggest problem for him. He doesn't want to be able to get glimpsed or static stormed. Very wise choice. And Invoker is currently rocking Travels, Midas, and a Blink Dagger was his choice. So a little bit of repositioning ability here.
Why do you think he went the Blink?
I honestly am not super sure, but it does... I think it's a defensive blink, mainly. And the ability to quickly go in with a meatball and then perhaps blinking back again in teamfights.
Okay.
Because it's a bit worrisome to go into the fight for Invoker.
Yeah, it is.
Look at this. He pushed tower a lot, and then he just blinks back. Still hanging around, but yeah, he's just able to get a little bit more. It's like limit testing. And then he wants to go back for the BKB as well here, so... Wow, I like this aggressive split push by Invoker. Traveling down there, shoving that creep wave real quick. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. I get hyped for people farming in certain ways. This hyped me up.
I can dig it. Once again, using the wolves to try and block the camp. So OG seems very aware of this tactic from Ace.
Yeah, just getting Tidebringer farm though. So Kunkka is like, yeah, send him. Ship him. Extra farm for me. The game is kind of turned into a bit of a lull right now, where both teams are just confidently farming a bit, I feel. I think OG are foreseeing a power spike coming up soon, where they have all these BKBs, and then they're going to go and like win the game. Whereas Tickles, I think they just want to keep farming forever, basically. They want PA to get huge. And she is 600 gold away from BKB right now. And that's a big timing, because you don't play teamfights into dire lineup without BKB on PA.
Yeah.
Like, you straight up can't go in.
There's so many problems there that exist.
Yeah, I mean, between X-Mark, Spite Carapace, there's too much.
Yeah. And even then, when he pops BKB, there's potential of both Fiend's Grip as well as he's got to still be careful of that Razor.
Yeah. Yeah, Bane is a priority target for Tickles throughout this game, I think.
Yeah.
Taking him out early. Whenever you play against Kunkka, just because of how Rum buff works and how it protects core heroes much better than support heroes, because they have more HP to work with, I think it becomes even more important that you bring down the supports, the squishy targets. So Bane and Nyx are the ones that I would look towards if I was Team Tickles here.
In which case, Misha is going to have to start protecting his own life in these team fights. You can see he's going just for a straight Ghost Scepter of all things.
I mean, you're against Lycan and PA. I understand it, my friend. I understand. Got some right-click problems.
Aghanim Scepter next up for BZM. So OG definitely have hit a power spike because they have the BKB on Razor, but they still have another big one coming up. So they're not like aggressively 5-man smoking just yet. Misha is going to be caught here in the top lane as he was trying to get a little bit of farm perhaps for his Ghost Scepter and maybe setting up, trying to find a solo Fiend's Grip kill. Dyrachyo with a double damage, an opportunity to go for Roshan here.
Yeah. Yeah, they scouted it though. They buy back. They want to come and contest this. running straight in.
That is a beautiful spike. Carapace, the lead into a two-man stun. Both the supports are going to be hit by the boat. They're trying to burst them real quickly. Taiga is probably going to die to Dyrachyo, but Dyrachyo having his damage stolen away. It's still a DD, the PA, who hits very hard and will finish off Amar.
Yeah, I like the confidence to chase the Razor there. Just commit for it, gets the kill, and now OG have to run away. Trying to TP out.
Yuragi, he'll be okay, but Misha, a dieback for him as he's surrounded by too many units. Team Tickles, even though they don't immediately get that Roshan, they win the team fight, can get this tier 1 and still threaten that Rosh kill and get the Aegis.
Yeah, this is just showing how DD Rune on a hero like PA can change the game entirely.
Yeah.
So rune control is essential. When you have Queen of Pain, that's already very true. I mean, get an Arcane Rune at the right time, but this is gonna secure an Aegis for PA, which is just absolutely fantastic for Tickles. The game is still very even, net worth-wise, just 1k advantage towards Tickles, but that fight right there, the fact that they brought down Razor, because this started well for OG.
Yes. I mean, like OG, Amar took all this damage away from the PA, but ultimately...
Oh, there's a lot more.
He's taking the DD damage, and that's it. It's still a regular PA after all that time.
Yeah, oh, look at that smile.
He's having a good time. They should be very happy with this game. As we were talking about, like, you know, they've got a PA on their side. They're feeling good about their late game. Do you think OG is regretting right now some of the time they spent just kind of like farming up, and as we said, we're going to have this big power spike coming up, and then we just kept looking, there's more items, more items. Do you feel like they should have been a little bit more aggressive before this PA BKB?
I think they should have been a lot more aggressive, actually. Okay. They don't have the best heroes to pressure towers, but they do have Exort Invoker. With Alacrity, with Forge Spirits, they could have pressured harder. And yeah, now they're in a timing where Team Tickles are pretty online. I think they should have just kind of pushed themselves towards this bottom tier 2 a lot earlier, so that they could take control of Outpost and get more of the map. But yeah.
But now it's plan B, right? Now they know PA is going to be farmed, and they're going to have to build and play for kiting around the PA during BKB, and then being able to like go back in or burst her down from the start maybe with a Cataclysm and a stun.
Yeah, salary gonna go down. Trying to do something, but can't quite set up. Yeah, I think they're itemizing against PA in a wise way now, though. They're adding, you know, Plate Mill on the Razor. They're going Shivas on the Invoker. They're trying to get all these control tools. Obviously have the Silver Edge already on Kunkka. I would have liked a Halberd on Kunkka in this game.
Yeah. Wow,
that burst. Yeah, that's a PA crit plus a Queen jumping in.
And that was before the Deso pickup. PA's got that now on the way, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one dagger and I'm die coming up.
Yeah. Even worse when there's some other minus armor factors like this Weaver here with the bugs.
Yeah, it's a nice little draft. You got a lot of damage coming out, for sure. I mean, you also have the Howl of Lycan. A lot of people forget, but Lycan... Yeah. Just pressing Howl is going to remove already 6 armor, 7 if he gets 1 more point on it. So PA could do terrible damage with that. And Razor getting caught out. Gonna TP out. Should be fine. There's no Basher or anything. It's just a lot of damage is what PA has so far. But she wants a Basher. She queued it up. That's her next item. Nick's just walking around.
Stalking, hunting.
That could be a kill with a Sunstrike.
Yeah, he goes for the guaranteed kill. Maybe he thought they didn't have quite enough damage. Sunstrike does eventually land. Taiga probably desperately calling for it. Is going to die, though. It looks like Ace is going to be caught inside the river as well. Some good pickups here for OG.
Yeah, this is the one thing that I'm not really seeing from Tickles yet, is this Lycan and his position in the game is a little bit awkward. But once he gets Aghanim, he's halfway towards it. Once he gets it, this PA will be monstrous. Also, look at what they did. Bottle the DD rune for PA again.
Ooh.
So they're keeping that one.
And the Aegis still for a minute and a half. This is go time for Team Tickles.
This
is force any fight you can right now.
Pretty much. You have this little Weaver gonna run around and try to set up any fight. PA is ready to obliterate anyone who fights them. Yeah, you have to be very cautious now if you're OG.
Yeah, probably if you're OG.
Oh,
Maybe you
Misha.
got to give up on this mid-tier 2. Misha was just trying to get some defensive vision down, but because of a very nice aggressive ward, they actually both get the kill on Misha and get the D ward.
Yeah, get the D ward. They did kind of reveal their own ward, but I mean, they get the tower, they get the kill. So I assume that this Bane is going to come down and D ward it when he respawns. Yeah, this is looking all Team Tickles right now. The gold advantage is very even, but Tickles, in terms of raw power right now, are like miles ahead. They hit the power spike really well. All they need is this 1200 extra gold on Lycan.
BCM, he was kind of sandwiching back in with Taiga, and the Lycan pops his ultimate, but BCM doesn't actually like immediately blink away in TP or anything, and he may be caught for it. Really nice tornado. Spotted, BKB, and that'll be it.
Yeah, he's got the TP out. The PA still doesn't have the Basher Birds flying out now, and she wasn't close enough anyway. So, nice play by BCM getting out of there. Was looking a bit dangerous. I think OG are just trying to structure how they're going to fight this, but look at PA just walking in. She wants to fight.
Yes, she does. She's going to pop the BKB right away. Fiend's Grip is actually going to be able to control her during that one, and the damage is too much. Gets obliterated by all of that. Tornado going through. OG setting up a really nice fight for themselves, as that was the PA just kind of throwing her life away, being perhaps a little bit of strongman syndrome, feeling like she's strong enough to take any fight. Yuragi's going to be able to make sure that Boom doesn't go anywhere, cuts him down before that final blink out. Tofu right in the middle of everything, looking to be able to finish up BCM. Hasten his melee, non-wolf form. Will just casually get the last hit on that one.
Lycan without ulti, just trying to hit people like, come back to me.
Yeah,
come here.
He's going to be kited around a decent amount. Maybe they can actually kill Amar with Tofu doing some damage in there as well with the bugs. And it looks like that big creep, one punch from the golem. It's a knockout punch as now Yuragi goes for the one-shot kill onto Tofu. Does manage to get that with the help of Misha, but he's got a BKB Shadow Blade away. With more heroes reviving now, Taiga's going to come back in. Vendetta hit, Impale, follow-up Torrent. One big swing from Yuragi is not enough. Ace.
So much stun.
It's a little bit tankier. They've got another round of X. He's playing the distance nicely. He's going to pull him back. Another big swing. Ace is going to turn out, tries to finish off Yuragi, but he doesn't quite get it. The armlet toggles are enough to keep the Kunkka alive.
That is all of Team Tickles dying, by the way. The entire team died. And yeah, I think you were right. A bit of strongman syndrome. He felt that he was on top of the world, super strong. And PA is definitely, she was the strongest force on the map. She's probably still is. But it is a team game. If you get locked down by a Fiend's Grip and Invoker is there to dish out the damage, that was a good example of why I like the X-Sword in this game as well. Just the amount of damage they can dish out really early. And I like his item choice here. Invoker is going to go for a Hex. I think the other option would be to go for an Aghanim, so you have a lot of setup. He could have gone for Cataclysm, but I think Hex is a safer choice to get these kills on Queen, on Weaver even, and on PA. And we haven't really talked too much about Weaver, but he's 500 gold away now from the Aghanims. So once he has that, he becomes the main priority for OG to kill. And he basically has to die first. Always fun to buy that item on Weaver, and then the target is just on your back. You know, all the enemy wants is to kill you.
Yeah, and then it really shows because from there on out, usually Weavers are buying BKB, Aether, Blink Dagger, Aeon Disc. They're buying anything and everything to increase the cast range, make it easier to be able to get that ultimate off, because that's just like, the entire game is based around you.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited for this Lycan bite on PA. If they can have a structured fight where they're going in together.
Yeah.
Curious to see what we're going to see. A big thing about the Lycan bite as well is that you heal based on the damage you do. So Lycan has a really nice source of healing if PA just keeps hitting stuff.
Yeah, if he just makes himself a target and the PA is able to go in.
We're going.
They're going. They're chasing. They've got a scan on OG. It's going to be on Misha, while Amar, he was also underneath that scan, is just going to be booking it to the right here, but the PA Wolf is going to catch up to him.
Okay, Razor is just deleted. That's a worrisome thing when you die in 5 hits to a PA, you know? Like,
yeah.
That was a lot of crits, though. It brought him down in no time at all. And this Razor, he's really struggling. He wants to get that refresher. He's got the plate mill, of course, they went for earlier, but the refresher is a big power spike for him. Even so, though, I'm missing a halberd on their team. They need something to stop PA from hitting.
Yeah.
And Deafening Blast is just not enough to cut it on its own.
Yeah, especially with the BKB.
Yeah, there we see. He even missed one of his attacks, I think, because of because of the Elven Tunic on Razor.
Now, if you're seeing the small crits and the big crits, there are 2 different crits right now on the PA when he's in that wolf form. So if you see a 600 damage crit, that's the small baby one.
Yeah, that's the little one.
Yeah.
Then you get the big end your life, the 1500 one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that could one-shot Bane if there's enough minus armor. You know? If Howl is in play and maybe some beetles from Weaver, that could be a one-hit. Right now, it is Team Tickles that are controlling the Roche area. So they're in a better position with the way the game is right now. And OG need to make something happen or there's going to be an Aegis. Roshan is respawning in 40 seconds. I don't think you can allow PA to get Aegis. You have to make her play.
Yeah, I mean, especially since they've got this idea of burst damage that can threaten the PA, but the chance of them being able to get that combination twice in a fight, highly unlikely.
They smoke up, they realize Roshan is about to be up any moment now, and they need to go for a fight. So they're identifying the problem here and, yeah, see what they can find. I mean, they're going for a little wraparound.
They don't really have vision on this side of the pit, so they're just gonna have to kind of YOLO their way in with Taiga, leading the charge. Does manage to find the Weaver, catch them with a spike carapace on the Shukuchi. Now the PA's going to jump in and quickly get the kill onto Taiga, but he's used BKB, and Amar is going to be able to start stealing away some of that damage. He turns into Warform, breaks that time link, and does manage to get some distance away. And they're going to turn over to Ace as best as possible, but Dirachi's back into it. Amar immediately recognizing the threat, pops the BKB in turn, stealing away the damage, and Dirachio is actually dying to this one. With the Invoker giving him that extra boost in damage, Amar is a serious carry threat now.
Yeah, Alacrity on Razor doing a lot of work there. I really like it. I was worried for him there because they used the Fiend script and catching.
Misha.
Yeah, he's in great position here.
He bought back and TP'd to the outpost and is in perfect position to be able to catch Boom as he ran away from the rest of...
Can we talk about what a dream initiation that is? Just walking in, oh, Weaver? Oh, just happens to be the one hero we have to find. Okay, we'll kill you. I think Weaver actually should not be sitting in the danger spot. Out of all their heroes, he should be the one sitting the farthest back, I think, at this point.
Yeah, especially since they have Lycan, right?
Yeah.
And they can always have Wolves scout out the pit if they need to do something like that.
Yeah, but you could even have a hero standing in front. If Weaver is behind it, he can just time-lapse whoever gets caught. So I think Weaver is not allowed to be caught out, and someone else has to soak the smoke gank.
Yeah, I think sometimes it takes like one death for even pro players to kind of like reset their mindset. Because you know, before that Aghanim Scepter, he wants to be the guy sitting in the front, Shukuchiing and stuff, but now it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, it's a very big shift in how the hero should be played. Yeah, I think so for sure. And that was the break that OG needed. The game was, you know, only slightly in Tickles' advantage gold-wise, but I was really worried for OG there for a while, but this smoke gank worked out beautifully. They got the Aegis on Kunkka. And Tickles are the ones, I mean, they're probably not too sad. They still have a great late game, and they're going to smoke up here, even into Aegis. Don't, you know, be afraid. Just go for something.
You cannot afford to let Amar. I mean, he played that really well, right? He gets on top of the PA right away, and he holds his second static link for when the PA, he's eventually going to return. Yeah. And he's like, when you do, I'm ready to immediately static link.
And the Alacrity timing as well coming on him there. It was just perfect. PA started melting when Alacrity came out. Both teams with the smokes. Chips in the dark a little bit. Queen showing top though. She's the one that they want to go on OG.
Nisha runs into Boom. The blink comes first. Now, The Wolf Pack comes out. Team Tickles. Fiend's Grip immediately by Misha, but it's going to be Glimpse canceling that one. The Weaver is in a position to be able to go on here, but OG recognizing they're going to go for the Disruptor on the first right. Amar, meanwhile, still going to weigh the damage from Duraccio, but this time it's too much. The Wolf is too strong, and they're going to be able to take out the Razor. Now the damage threat for Duraccio is mostly gone. He has to deal with a bit of magic damage coming out from BZM, but if he can get some crits in, the heal should be enough to sustain him. He just needs to be able to get on top of BZM, and BZM eventually runs out of spells. Yuragi, one more disarm, but he's surrounded by too many heroes here.
This tag team of the double dogs just running at people, they cannot deal with it anymore. They bought back the Weaver and came back into the fight there as well.
Yeah.
Don't want to let his team fight without him. That was a crazy good fight for Tickles. That was into Aegis.
Yeah. Managed to save the Kunkka for last there, which was mighty nice. I'm almost a little bit surprised. I mean, I guess, like, I feel like Razor is actually the carry here in this game, but then again, Razor is one of those kind of like transformation heroes that doesn't really work with a second life.
Here we see Duraccio's point of view. So starting out the fight, deleted the Razor. They do have the burst damage to get him down, and I think that was key to winning this fight. If Razor's allowed to stay alive for longer here, it could have gone very different.
Yeah, he recognized the fact that what went wrong in the last fight is that he jumped on the Nyx Assassin, and then Razor was able to quickly link him. If he goes on the Razor first and the link is the response, it's not going to drain damage fast enough.
Yeah, it's about the amount of time that Razor needs before it can disrupt. And yeah, we see it. They're just breaking down the entire base here, and there's no buyback on Invoker. They're going to dog form up. They're pressuring for this.
Boom, jumping forward, trying to force a fight while the numbers are still in their favor. They're going to be able to get a good Fiend's Grip onto Duraccio, but immediately canceled by the Blink and Silence. Razor back at the base. Duraccio goes for it and gets the kill. There's no buyback on that Razor, who is the biggest threat. Yuragi, okay, you're left all by yourself now. Taiga comes in with a Spike Carapace, ready to go for the Impale, trying to relieve the pressure on this Kunkka. They do manage to get the Hex. The Meteor's coming down. The Deafening Blast. The combination is enough. Duraccio falls. Tornado EMP onto 2 as well. The Blink forward to finish off. Taiga does manage to get it. Boom. Now they hunt for BZM. BZM by himself against the world. Duraccio will eventually get here.
Yeah.
And the hope of BZM holding against everybody is gone. Team Tickles will even the series 1-1.